Hello guys, so we're now moving to another part where we will be loading the feed for our Facebook application. Okay, so in order to load the feed, we need to define the write SQL command, which will allow us to select all the posts of the friends we're following and the friends we are having a friendship and the users we're following. Plus, we want to track did we like this post or not, so we can show the relevant icon. Okay, so directly I will head to the browser. I'll go to PHP panel. I'll select the database of Facebook. Then I'll go to SQL command, and here we're gonna write a first SQL statement to select all the feeds. Okay, so definitely we want to select the post. For that reason, I'll write here select. I'll just make a break. Then I'll write select posts.id, ID of the post, because we'll be loading accordingly the comments of this post. Then posts.user.id, the one who posted this. Then posts.picture, the picture of the post. Then posts.date created. Then comma break. Then we also want to load the user who has uploaded the post. So then we'll write users.id, comma break, then users.email, comma break, then users.firstname, comma break, then users.lastname, comma break, users.ava, comma break, then we've got users.cover, comma just comma break. Then we want to check is this post liked by us or not. So then we'll write likes dot post ID and we'll show it as liked. Okay, so one more thing I'd like to pay attention. You see that one is ID and that one is ID. So in this case there will be some collision because this post's ID value will be under the key ID. So I'll just remove users.id because here we are loading ID of the user. Okay, so here as liked, then we just make a break. We should not put a comma for the last line. Okay, we want to select from posts because the first initial columns are from posts. So then we need to here define posts. This is the syntax of MySQL. Then we want to join users database in order to get all of these details like email, first name, last name of the one who has uploaded the post. So we want to merge these databases. So here we'll write left join space users on posts.userid equals to users.id. Okay, very good. So where the users underscore ID and the users.id, when they are equal, so it will associate this, integrate these two database. Okay, so then we want to also load all the posts of the users we're following. So we'll write here left join space follows on posts.userid space equals to space follows dot user ID. And or because follows might store two user IDs. One will be user ID, another column will be follow ID. So then we'll write or posts.userid equals to follows.follow ID. Okay, because follow ID is the one who was followed by the user. Okay, user is the one who initiated the follow certain user. Okay, so then after that we need to join a likes database as well to see is the post liking or not. So then we'll write here left join space likes space on posts.id equals to likes.postid. Amazing. So we want to select it. We want to select all the posts of our friends. First, we want to select all the posts of our friends. So here we'll write where space posts.userid. He is in array of our friends. So the one who has posted the post, he is in the list of our friends. So we'll write here in, then I'll make here break. So now we'll run one SQL command to select all the friends of us. Okay, so I'll write it in the round bracket. So I write select space users.id space from friends space left join space users on, and again open and close round brackets. In this round brackets we will write the following. So we're writing users.id equals to friends.userid and friends.friendid equals 2. 2 is a current user. In my case, it's Jennifer Lawrence. So this is a current user's ID. Then I'll make here break. I'll start from here, or users.id equals friends.friendid and friends.userid equals 2. So I'm coming out from the first round bracket, I make space, and then I write where friends.userid equals 2 space or friends.friendid equals 2. Okay, so I'll build and run. So here we have got selected all the posts of my user. You shouldn't run it. So the user 2, which is Jennifer Lawrence, she has only one friend who is a Daniel Craig having the ID 3. So when I run this SQL, I'm able to select all the posts of the Daniel Craig. Amazing. Okay, so I'm coming back to the SQL statement because we also need to throw back the posts of the user that we followed. Okay, so I'll make here break, then I'll write or posts dot user ID is in the list of our following users. So this is the list of all of our friends. This is how we are selecting the list of our friends. So now I will select the list of the people we are following. Open and close round brackets. In those round brackets, we'll write select users.id from follows space left join space users on, then open and close round brackets again. In this second round brackets, we'll write user ID equals to follows.user ID and space follows.follow ID equals 2. Then here I will make a break in order just to make it more readable, and here I'll write or users.id equals to follows.follow ID follows.follow ID and follows.user ID equals 2. So I'm coming out from the first round bracket space, and then I'm writing here where space follows.follow ID or sorry follows.user ID equals 2 or follows.follow ID equals 2. Okay, I'll just copy this. I'll copy this. Oops, before copying, just let me finish it. Then here we'll write, and also we want to select all the posts of the current user to show it in the feed. Okay, so then we'll write here or space posts.userid equals 2. So this means to select current user's post. This means to select the posts of the users we're following. This means to select the posts of all of our friends. Okay, so I want to order it in the descending order. Okay, order by posts.date created space descending. So it means first show the newest one and last show the oldest one. So then I'll write limit here, let's say throw back 15 posts. Then offset means the value to be skipped, I'll put 0. I'll just copy this and I'll click go. Okay, here we go, beautiful. So here are 3 is a Daniel Craig in my case, 1 is a Bradley Cooper which I'm now following, and 2 is my user ID, I'm a Jennifer Lawrence, and that is a Daniel Craig. So this is how we can get all the posts of the users who are following. And one of these posts got we have liked it. This one is got liked. Okay, so that is superb, guys. So that is the SQL command which we need to write. Then I'm going now to the PHP development environment, and I'm heading to the file which is called access.php, and here I'm gonna write a new function which will load all the posts for the feed. So here I'm writing function space select posts for feed, open and close round brackets and open and close curly brackets. In these round brackets I'll make first a reference to the variable ID, $sample ID, then I'll put offset, comma, then $sample, I'll put a limit. This function is responsible for selecting all the posts for the feed. Means friends, followed users, and current users post it will select. Okay, so here I'll declare a new variable, $sample SQL equals to, then quotation marks, semicolon, and then I'll just make your break like that. And here in this quotation marks, I'm gonna copy this entire SQL command and I'm just gonna paste it right over here. I'll just align it so it will be looking more readable and in the logical way. Okay, so now we need to replace. I'll start from the bottom. Limit will replace it with the limit, $sample limit. Offset we're gonna replace with the offset, $sample offset. Then, and the last one what we need to replace is the ID of current user. Okay, so here we got the current user ID. This two we will replace with the ID. This two we will replace everywhere ID. So I got or posts.userid equals ID. Then for the followed users, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 IDs to be replaced. Okay, then we have 4 IDs to be replaced for the friends $sample ID, and here $sample ID, here $sample ID, and that one $sample ID. Okay, 4 here, 4 here, 1 here, and limit and offset. So that is it. That is it. Okay, then the next step is we've declared the SQL command for the execution. Okay, so now we need to prepare this command for the execution. So I'll declare a new statement, new variable statement equals to, we'll access now the connection, the variable which stores all connection. This con means connection, then arrow prepare SQL. Okay, prepare the command for the execution, and don't forget semicolon at the end. Then we are heading to check are there any errors or not. So then we'll write statement. Sorry, if open and close round brackets, then curly brackets. In the round brackets, put exclamation mark which states false. Then write statement. Okay, here we are checking for errors, for having any errors. And if there are errors, so then we'll throw new exception. Throw new exception in this round brackets. We'll write statement arrow error semicolon at the end. Okay, very good. So after that, we will execute the statement arrow execute semicolon at the end. Okay, execute the command. Okay, so now we need to get all the results of the execution. So I'll create a new variable result which will store all these results of the execution. So execution is stored in the statement here. Statement arrow get underscore result semicolon at the end. Okay, this one get all results of the execution. Now we need to assign one by one of the row which we have got. We will get the same result, so we need one by one, we need to assign it to array. For example, first, second, third, fourth, five, and then we need to show it in the JSON. Okay, so to assign it one by one, we need to declare a while loop. While open and close round brackets, then open curly brackets. In the round brackets, we'll write while $raw equals to result, the result which we have got through the execution of the command, arrow fetch associated, fetch underscore associated. It means access every row of the execution and assign it to the new variable. This is what we're doing right now. Okay, so then here, this is a while loop. So here we need to assign it. So we'll write here return opening close square brackets equals to row. So this means concatenate return with the row and semicolon here at the end. And finally, we want to return our new variable return. Okay, so we will have to declare this. I'll declare it right here. So $sample return equals to array opening close round brackets, then semicolon. This one is an array variable to store JSON users. Okay, so that is it, guys. So this is the main function, this is the main protocol which will fetch all the users from the database. Okay, now we need to call this function in another file. In my case, it will be select posts. So since we have this file, I will just upgrade this code. Right here, right after the establishing connection, I'll just make your breaks. I want to write a logic. If the action, if we will pass to this protocol an action, let's say feed, then I want to load posts for the feed. If there is no this action, then I want to load a normal posts. Okay, so here we will write a simple function. If open and close round brackets, then curly brackets. In the round brackets, write exclamation mark, which states for false, is set. So this statement says if it is not set, because of the exclamation mark is not. Okay. Then in the second round brackets, we're writing $sample underscore request, open and close square brackets, then single quotation marks, write action. First, we'll check is action is set or not. If it is set, then in this first round brackets, we'll put and double and symbol, then $sample underscore request square brackets single quotation marks, then we'll write action coming out from the square brackets double equal mark, and then in the single quotation marks we'll write feed. So it means if action is set and action equals to feed, then execute select post for feed. So then we'll write here, I'll declare a new variable which will be post equals to $sample access, then arrow select posts for feed. So here we got ID, which we have loaded here, offset and limit. Great. Else, if feed action has not been declared, then load a normal posts. So this is we will write here, and that one is a comment, which is step 3. And here I'll write for you a comment if action is set already and is equal to feed, then load or then execute the function to load the feed. Otherwise, or load the normal posts of the user, of the current user. So this means it can be current user or it can be guest user. Okay, so then here we are throwing back the posts. Okay, let's now we can test it. So I'll go localhost /fb/ then select post, select posts. So select posts. First we need to declare ID equals 2 and limit equals 15 and offset equals 0 and action equals feed, and we click enter. Here we go. This is how we can throw back all the users, guys. Okay, that is cool. Okay, as you see here, it's loading. It is loading the feed of the current user, I believe so. So it's loading the feed of the current user. So here Sorry, here we remove exclamation mark because we want to say if it is set, then load it. Okay, here the error which we need to update in 1197 in the access.php 1197 here throw new exception. So probably the error is with the SQL command. So we just need to make sure that SQL command is working well. I'll just copy paste it and then I'll change this ID. Here we go. Here must be 2, I think. Yeah, I remove this equal mark. Here must be equal. Okay, it's fine. Now I'll reload it. Here we go. This is how we can load it. Okay, if I'll see ID, so here is ID 3, then I got ID 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So 1 is the Bradley Cooper we're following, 3 Daniel Craig, 2 is the current user Jennifer Lawrence, and 3 is the Daniel Craig. So that is amazing. This is how we can do it, guys. So here I'm skipping something, then I'll not, and I'll check if I limit only 1, it will show me only 1. Okay, so that is really amazing, guys. So excellent job. So our backend is working fine. Now we'll go to the front end part. Let's go and do this, guys. Good job.